The surface of the cerebrum has a number of grooves and elevations. The grooves are known as sulci, singular sulcus, and the elevations are known as gyri and singular gyrus. I am going to state some of the important sulcus. Okay, this is the central sulcus. It is a groove present in the center of the frontal and the occipital pole. Between these two poles, if you take the center point, so this is the central sulcus. Okay. Number 2, lateral sulcus. Okay, lateral sulcus. So the cerebrum is divided into lower part and upper part by this groove. I will tell the parts later. Okay. Third one is parieto-occipital sulcus. This is the parieto-occipital sulcus. Actually, it is very prominent on the medial surface. Okay. So a small part is coming on the superolateral surface. So these are the important sulci. Okay. Lobes of the cerebrum. Each cerebral hemisphere has 4 lobes: frontal lobe, parietal lobe, occipital lobe, and temporal lobe. Number 1, frontal lobe. The area of the cerebrum present anterior to the central sulcus constitutes frontal lobe. Parietal lobe. The area of the cerebrum present between the central sulcus and the parieto-occipital sulcus. So this area constitutes the parietal lobe. Occipital lobe. Occipital lobe. Okay. It is a part of the cerebrum present behind the parieto-occipital sulcus. Temporal lobe. It is a part of the cerebrum present below the lateral sulcus. So the lateral sulcus separates the temporal lobe from the frontal and parietal lobes. The frontal and parietal lobe are above the lateral sulcus. The temporal lobe is below the lateral sulcus. Important functional areas. Okay, that is functional areas of cerebrum. What are the functional areas of cerebrum? Number 1, primary motor area. I already told you this is the central sulcus. Okay. So this is the area where the primary motor area is situated. Primary motor area. It is present in the precentral gyrus. Precentral, before, pre means in front. Central, that is the central sulcus. Okay, gyrus means elevation. So this is the elevation present in front of the central sulcus. So this is the precentral gyrus. So primary motor area, it is present in the precentral gyrus. Primary somesthetic area or primary sensory area. This is the area. So it is present in the post-central gyrus. So behind the central sulcus there is an elevation that is known as post-central gyrus. So it is present in the post-central gyrus. Okay. It receives the sensation from the one side of the body. Primary visual area. It is present in the occipital lobe. It is present in the occipital lobe near the occipital pole. This area, okay, this part near the occipital pole, it is present. Primary auditory area. Okay. So you can see 3 gyrus in the temporal lobe: superior temporal gyrus, middle temporal gyrus, and inferior temporal gyrus. In the superior temporal gyrus, okay, see deep to the lateral sulcus, if you separate on the superior surface of the superior temporal gyrus, the primary auditory area is present. So primary auditory area, it is present in the superior surface of the superior temporal gyrus. Motor speech area of Broca's. Okay. This is the central sulcus. In front of the central sulcus, this is the frontal lobe. Already we have seen the primary motor area. So near the lower end of the primary motor area, see where I am touching this area. Okay. This is the superior frontal gyrus. This is the middle frontal gyrus and this is the inferior frontal gyrus. So, motor speech area, Broca's area of speech, it is present in the frontal lobe. Which part? Inferior frontal gyrus. It is situated in the inferior frontal gyrus of the frontal lobe near the lower end of the precentral gyrus or the primary motor area, just in front of the primary motor area. Sensory speech area or Wernicke's speech area. It is present in the, see, this is superior temporal gyrus, middle temporal gyrus, inferior temporal gyrus. Near the posterior end of the superior temporal gyrus, okay, it is present. So, sensory speech area of Wernicke's. It is present in the posterior end of the superior temporal gyrus and adjoining inferior part of the parietal lobe parietal lobe. So these are some of the important functional areas. So one sign I will going to explain in the board. Okay, as you see, primary motor area. This is a central sulcus. Primary motor area. It is present in the precentral gyrus. It controls the entire motor activity of one half of the body. There is one side of the body. Okay. Primary somastatic area. It receives the entire sensation from the one side of the body. It is present in the post-central gyrus. Primary visual area. It is present in the occipital lobe near the occipital pole. Primary auditory area. It is present in the superior temporal gyrus but near its superior surface. So on the superior surface of the superior temporal gyrus, the primary auditory area is present. Motor speech area of Broca's. It is present in the frontal lobe. So it is situated in the inferior frontal lobe of the inferior frontal gyrus of the frontal lobe. Inferior frontal gyrus of the frontal lobe anterior to the primary motor area. Sensory area of speech, that is Wernicke's area of speech, it is present in the posterior end of the superior temporal gyrus, and adjoining inferior part of the parietal lobe. Secondary motor area or premotor area. So this is the secondary motor area or premotor area. Okay, it is present in the frontal lobe anterior to the primary motor area. Number 2, okay, secondary sensory area or associated sensory area. Okay, it is present in the parietal lobe. This area is the parietal lobe. Okay, behind the primary somastatic area or sensory area. So where it is present in the parietal lobe. Okay. Secondary sensory area is situated in the upper part of the parietal lobe. Behind the primary somastatic area. So this is secondary sensory area. Secondary visual area. It is present in the occipital lobe surrounding the primary visual area. It is present in the occipital lobe surrounding the primary visual area. So this is the secondary visual area. Secondary auditory area. See, it is present in the superior temporal gyrus. See, the primary motor area is also present in the superior temporal gyrus, but it is present in the superior surface of the superior temporal gyrus. The secondary auditory area is situated on the lateral surface of the superior temporal gyrus, lateral surface of the superior temporal gyrus. So this is the secondary motor area or premotor area. This is the secondary sensory area. Okay, and this is the secondary visual area, and this is the secondary auditory area. So these are the functional areas of cerebrum.